Hi everyone, it's Madeline, and this video is all about what to expect when visiting Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Guadalupe Mountains National Park is located in northwest Texas and is in a pretty remote location. Due to how remote this park is, there are a few important things you should know before heading out on your trip. Before we get started, if you find this video helpful, be sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Our subscribers help us plan our future adventures. If you stick around until the end of the video, we're going to discuss our own trip to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Know before you go. Guadalupe Mountains National Park is a rugged wilderness park with very limited amenities. There is no lodging or restaurants near the park, and the closest gas stations are over 30 miles away. You'll want to plan your day accordingly when visiting this park. Also, the time zones in this area can be a bit tricky. Texas is mostly in the Central Time Zone, but Guadalupe Mountains National Park resides in the Mountain Time Zone. It's a small adjustment, but something to keep in mind when scheduling your day. Guadalupe Mountains National Park is located right next to Carlsbad Caverns National Park. Take this into consideration when planning your trip, and you can scratch 2 national parks off your list at the same time. Things to do. Hike to Guadalupe Peak. You can hike up to Guadalupe Peak for views from the highest peak in Texas. Hiking to the top of Texas is a tough hike and could take at least 6 or more hours for even the most experienced hikers. If you're planning on doing this hike, have a game plan before you start your trek. Make sure you bring plenty of water if you want to reach the top of Texas. Frijole Ranch. This old homestead has been in this area since the 1870s. It was built in this area because of its proximity to several springs. The ranch is now a museum where you can learn more about what life would have been like living in this desert oasis. There is a parking lot near the ranch, and it's about a 5-minute walk over to the homestead. Smith Springs Loop Trail. Just past the Frijole Ranch is the Smith Springs Loop Trail. This moderate 2.3-mile hike will take you to different springs. This lets you get out in the park and explore the area a little more. The nice part about this hike is that it's a loop, so you can more easily keep your bearings about you. Take in the fall colors. If you want to do some leaf peeping but can't make it to New England, Guadalupe Mountains National Park offers fall colors. It might be a little surprising to find fall colors in the middle of the desert, but the mountains offer a bit of an ecological safe haven for trees to grow. The colors mainly change at the end of October or the start of November, and the National Park Service website tracks the changes. They note that it can be extremely crowded at these times and offer suggestions on when to visit the park. Where to stay? There are 2 primitive campgrounds located within the park. Both are first come, first served with potable water and bathrooms. Ice is located at the visitor center. However, because of the remote location of the park, don't 100% count on ice being available. If you're going to camp at Guadalupe Mountains National Park, prepare to bring all the essentials. There are some motels and RV parks located in White City, New Mexico, which is about 30 miles from the park and located outside of Carlsbad Caverns National Park. If you don't mind driving a little further from the park, El Paso is located about an hour and a half away and offers several hotel options. Also, Carlsbad, New Mexico is only about an hour away from the park and would also be a great option. As I mentioned at the start of the video, we're now going to talk about our own trip to Guadalupe Mountains National Park. So, what did you enjoy most about your trip to Guadalupe Mountains National Park?
I really enjoyed the setting of these mountains. They rise up out of the desert, and we were driving in from the west, and you could see them from a really long way away. We were like 60 miles away, and you could see them. There was nothing else. And so I enjoyed that drive, and when you got up close to them, they were pretty impressive. I think the setting was great, and then once you got kind of on the mountain area, you could see out into Texas, and you just could see for miles and miles, and I thought it was a really cool setting.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't kidding when we said it's a remote park. There, you can see for miles and miles. I really enjoyed the old homestead. The Frijole Ranch was really cool to kind of see how people lived back in the late 1800s out in the desert. And we learned a little bit about the area. There was the old Pinery Station where they said it was a stagecoach stop on the mail route. So it was just kind of cool to learn a little bit of history while we were there out in the mountains and enjoying nature as well. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more from Guadalupe Mountains National Park, be sure to check out our vlog up on our channel now.